Welcome to session two. I hope you enjoyed the session one of mindset, and I hope you did your worksheet exercise at the end of it. What I want you to know is that our thoughts, our thoughts are very important. You know, our thoughts always come to manifest in the physical. So if we keep thinking failure and we keep thinking fear, that's what we keep manifesting in the physical. So from this moment forth, instead of thinking of failure, always think of success. In fact, anytime you fail, what you should think of in your mind is that this has come with the equivalent seed of success and use it to propel yourself further to achieve your goal. Remember, your goal is your destination and you have to be committed to it. In this next session, we want to talk about the success life cycle. Did you know there was a life cycle for success? My son had an incident a few years back. He broke he fractured his knee and we had to put him on cast. And he was much younger then. I think he was 7 years old. So he had to go on the cast for like 3 months. We didn't want to take him out of school for the whole 3 months. So when he was able to move around, we asked him to start going to school and he had crutches on. Now, initially, when he got this cast, he was a bit worried. It was difficult for him to navigate. He was not able to jump around as he should. And slowly and surely, within a few days, he was able to get his rhythm and slow at first, but gradually he started walking. And then he would learn to carry his school bag and he knew how to sit down and gradually progressed. And every time he achieved a level, there was something else that was a challenge. He had to climb the stairs, he had to get in and out of the school bus, he had to learn how to handle all these navigations. So every time he got something or he was stuck at a level, he would get frustrated. But anytime he was able to conquer that level, there was another challenge that came up. Now, eventually, he was able to move around and he was able to do most of the things he could do when he was without the crutches. But he got to the point where that knee was probably healing and he started having itching beneath the cast. And that was so frustrating that even learning to walk, he would cry. I didn't know how to go about it. We would try and pat the cast with the hope that it would relieve some of his itching pain, but it was more frustrating than even learning to walk. And one day I came back from work and he was all smiles. I found a solution, and what's the solution? He found an old hanger, a metal hanger, straightened it out, and with the help of his sister, he put a tape on it. Now it was slim enough to go between his knee, his leg, and the cast, and it was long enough to reach anywhere that was itching him. So he was able to conquer that. Now, why do I tell this story? It's the same as the life cycle of success. When we start out, it's frustrating, you know. But at every step, when we make our wins, we need to learn to celebrate it. You need to celebrate your win. And when you celebrate your win, it gives you that confidence that it's possible. It's not impossible for me to achieve. I can achieve the next step. I can achieve whatever it is I purpose. Yes, it might not be easy in the beginning, but I can achieve it. And when you celebrate it, you know you can achieve it and you learn from the training because some training has come into that level you got to. Once you learn from the training, then the cycle starts again. That training gives you the confidence to say, yes, I will take another attempt. And that is how we grow. That's how you expand yourself. You don't expect to remain at the same level. Challenges will always come, but you need to know that you keep attempting it. What is it you want to achieve in your business? Let's use a business as an example. If you start a business, what was it you want to achieve? Do you want to grow the range? Do you want people to buy your products? You need to take the first step to find out what do you need to do. Learn about the business. Yes, you would fail a couple of times, but learn from someone who has that experience, who has gone past you and is able to shorten your curve and is able to prevent you from making the errors, the mistakes they made. Once you are able to do that, then you start and you hold them as your accountability partner. You can offer them something, a part of the business, if you know they're so good. It will be so much cheaper than the pain and the losses you would make. And once you do that and you make the first sale, then you know it's possible to succeed. And that changes your stance. In fact, that changes your thoughts. Once you know it is possible, then your mindset is focused on possibilities and decisions and things that attract to you at that point. Your stance, your body language, it speaks of confidence and possibility. And who won't want to invest in someone who is confident, who believes that everything is possible? Nobody would want not to invest. And once you have that stand, then you are able to achieve success. And even when you fail and you know that, look, I know it is possible, this person has done it and I can do it. It will only take me being persistent, me believing, me putting in the effort, me taking the right decision and the right step, and me focusing on success and my thoughts always being on success. So you celebrate it, you have that positive mindset, you learn from the training, and then you take the circle again. So, my dear, that is the circle of success, and it works every time. How do I know? Because when I started this training, it was very difficult for me. I was still working 8 to 8 every day, and I was still commuting at least 4 to 5 hours every day. And my weekends, I would take it out to grow my business, to do what I needed to do. At sometimes, I felt discouraged. But I was working with accountability partners. I was working with people who had gone on the journey and they were successful and they were making so much every month that I couldn't even imagine. But they were doing it and it was possible. So I anchored in on my pain points. I anchored in on my why. I believed I chose to take their own faith, their own belief that it was possible. I chose to believe on them, and I used that as my own my own success life cycle. So I looked at their success and I borrowed it and I used it to my advantage. And today I'm here before you. It was not easy, it was not done overnight, but I chose to be persistent and to continue. So, my dear, it's not going to happen overnight, but if you believe it and you do those steps I said, get an accountability partner, anchor in your faith, use their faith to propel you, show up, do the assignments, take the actions, take the uncomfortable actions, believe, even when you fall, pick yourself up, focus on your goal, and you will achieve it. You will achieve it. You will achieve it. So, before we leave this session, I want to give you an example of a simple exercise, a simple tool you can do for always anchoring on your success mindset. Now, this exercise was taught by Tony Robbins in one of the seminars I attended. He asked us to stand up and using our right hand, let me attempt to do it. Stand up and with our hands try to go as far back as we can. See how far back as I can? Now, he asked us to close our eyes and imagine us doing the same action, but this time going further than the 180 degrees I did in the first instance. And after we thought about it, he asked us to open our eyes and do the same thing. Your hand pointing straight up, and this time not moving your body. How far back can you go? And every time it works. Every time it works. So why don't you try that exercise? If you can believe it, if you can see it in your mind, if you can see it, visualize it in your mind, then it is possible. You can bring it into reality. just as that exercise. Attempt that exercise, and you see that there is nothing impossible. I hope you enjoyed this session, and I hope you will hold on to that tool and use it, visualize, and then take action. See you in the next session.